At exactly 3:17 in the morning, the emergency call center in Maricopa County received a phone call that would later become one of the most disturbing unsolved cases in their records. The line connected. There was no screaming, no panic, just slow, uneven breathing. For 3 seconds, the operator heard nothing but static and faint air moving through the receiver. Then, a voice. A young woman, barely loud enough to understand. He's in the house. The operator straightened in her chair. She leaned closer to her headset. "Ma'am, this is 911. What's your emergency?" Silence. Then the woman spoke again. "I can hear him walking." Her voice was shaking, like she was trying not to cry. "Please," she whispered. "I don't think he knows I'm hiding." The operator immediately began tracing the call. "Ma'am, what is your address?" Another pause, then 427 West Elm Street. Before the operator could respond, the call cut out. Disconnected. No goodbye, no scream, nothing. Just silence. Police were dispatched within 30 seconds. 2 patrol cars and a supervisor were sent to the address, 427 West Elm Street. According to city records, no one was supposed to live there. The house had been abandoned for almost 5 years. It had belonged to an elderly couple who passed away within months of each other. After that, the property fell into foreclosure. No new owners, no tenants, no utilities, no active phone line, nothing. It was supposed to be empty. 7 minutes later, officers arrived. The house sat at the end of a quiet street. No lights, no cars, no signs of life. Just a 2-story building with boarded windows and peeling paint. The front porch sagged under its own weight. Weeds had grown through the cracks in the driveway. It looked exactly like a place no one had entered in years. The officers approached cautiously, weapons drawn. They knocked. No answer. They knocked again. Still nothing. They tried the door. It was unlocked. Slowly they stepped inside. The air inside was cold. Not just physically. It felt wrong. Dust covered most surfaces. Spiderwebs filled the corners. But in the middle of the living room, there were fresh footprints, clear shoe prints, leading from the front door toward the hallway. The dust had been disturbed. Someone had walked here recently. The officers followed the prints, down the hallway, into the kitchen. That's where they found the coffee mug, sitting on the counter, still warm, steam slowly rising. Fresh, like someone had poured it minutes earlier. But there was no electricity, no working stove, no power in the house. And yet, the coffee was hot. They searched every room, bedroom, bathroom, closets, basement, attic. Nothing. No person, no intruder, no victim, no sign of struggle. But the house wasn't empty, not really, because someone had clearly been there, recently. They found a blanket on the floor, wrinkled, as if someone had been hiding under it. A phone charging cable plugged into a dead outlet, and near the back door, fresh dirt on the floor, like shoes had tracked it inside. Someone had been living here, at least temporarily. But who? And where did they go? Back at the station, investigators focused on the call. They traced the number. What they found made the room go quiet. The phone belonged to a woman named Emily Carter, 23 years old, reported missing 2 years earlier. She had vanished after leaving her night shift at a diner. Her car was found abandoned. Her purse was inside. Her phone was gone. No body, no suspect, no explanation. The case had gone cold. Until now. Emily's phone number had been inactive since her disappearance. No service, no payments, no usage. According to records, that phone should not have worked. And yet, it had just called 911 from inside an abandoned house at 3:17 a.m. Detectives reopened her case immediately. They reviewed old interviews, old footage, old leads. They discovered something strange. 3 days before Emily disappeared, she had gone to 427 West Elm Street. A neighbor had seen her knock on the door. At the time, police dismissed it. They assumed she was lost or visiting someone. But no one ever followed up. Now it mattered. A lot. They searched the house again, this time more carefully. Behind a loose wall panel in the basement, they found something. A small notebook, covered in dust. Inside were handwritten notes, dates, times, short sentences. The last entry read, "He watches me sleep. I pretend not to notice. If I run, he'll know." Below that, "If anyone hears this, it's already too late." It was Emily's handwriting, confirmed by her family. She had been living in that house, in hiding, for 2 years. But hiding from who? Police investigated every possible suspect: ex-boyfriends, customers from the diner, co-workers, neighbors. No solid leads, no evidence, no arrests. And then the house was sealed, boarded up, locked, declared unsafe. No one was allowed inside. The case went cold. Again. 6 months later, at 3:17 a.m., the emergency call center received another call. Same static, same breathing, same whisper. "He's in the house." Same address, same voice. Emily's voice. Police responded immediately. The house was still sealed, boards intact, doors locked. No entry, no exit. Inside, nothing. No footprints, no coffee, no blanket, no notebook. No signs of life, like no one had ever been there. Since then, no more calls have been reported. No explanation was ever found. No suspect was charged. No body was recovered. Officially, Emily Carter remains missing. But some of the operators who heard the calls still remember her voice, still remember how scared she sounded, and still wonder if she was asking for help or warning them. Because whatever was in that house never left.